What is the craziest story you've ever dealt with a seller? Let's say the husband didn't want to sell, or
Oh my God.
it was a
Okay.
fixer-upper.
I have a few sellers that got a divorce or they're getting a divorce. One of them that I can think of right now, they got divorced. The house needed to be sold according to the divorce decree. But the thing is that they owe a lot on the house. The house wasn't worth much because they never did anything to the house while they were living there. Foundation was messed up. It needed a lot of cosmetic work. It was very dated. And he was just very unrealistic of how much he would have like net on it. And I tried to go down on my commission so I can help him out. He was happy with that. We finally got an offer for it. And I convinced the buyer's agent, like, if she could, go a little bit lower on her commission as well, so we can help both parties. She agreed. Her buyer went up on the price too. He was still not netting much because there was not much to net, maybe $5,000 on it, the
Okay.
most. But that was because the house, he owed a lot on it. And, he got upset because he had to pay title. That was the only thing that,
He had to bring money to the table.
right. Just kind of so they can both win at the same time, kind of we all trying to help the seller at this point, But he was very unrealistic and he got mad. And on top of that, he was very rude. But I decided not to represent him anymore. So I had to let him go because I tried everything. I went above and beyond for him. But, sometimes people are just not, they don't realize what we have to go through. And it's not that we don't want to sell our houses for what they actually want. Like, I wish I would sell a house for $1 million, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's not worth what they're asking.
So how do you think he could have avoided that situation? Because we deal with divorce. I deal with divorces too, and they're just in a messed up situation. Right. How do you prevent that?
I don't think I can do anything to prevent them from netting what they want to net, but it will get them out of the situation. They got divorced or trying to get a divorce. There's not much you can do at that point because they don't want to put money into it so it can sell for a little bit more.
Yeah.
So in that case, you might not net what you were expecting, but you will get out of the situation.
Well, like, what I mean is, they could have kept up with their house, or they could have.
Oh, for sure.
Yes. Tell me about that. How could they avoided that motivated situation so they didn't have to under pressure?
Taking care of their homes, keeping up with them, making sure they do the work that it's needed before it becomes a huge issue, like the foundation, everything starting to crack, the floors, the walls. I mean, movement is going to happen, but just investing a little bit on their investment.
Okay. What's the biggest misconception people have about realtors? Because I talk to a lot of sellers, and I always advise them, go with the realtor because, us investors, we're going to, negotiate you or whatever the case. So what's the biggest misconception about realtors?
I feel that they don't fully trust the realtor's input in a way that they might feel that for sure it's your home, you feel that it's worth this much, but at the same time, you're not seeing it from the perspective of the realtor and what we have to deal on a day-to-day basis, including what's going on in the market, not just what's going on inside your house. Like right now, it is a buyer's market, so it is kind of tough for sellers, but at the same time, I do try to work with my seller to be realistic and, we can get you as much as we can, but you have to be able to work with me. And like, this is a team, it's teamwork.
Yeah.
So just trying to make them understand, but sometimes people are not open to.
Do you think it's worth? Do you think if I was selling a house, would you recommend going to a realtor, or should I just sell it myself? Or what are the deciding factors to determine if I should use a realtor?
Right. I mean, I think you should use a realtor for sure, 100%, because it's so much into a transaction. There's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of understanding, a lot of different points. And since if you're a busy person, what would you want to do that? Just hire someone.
Would you say it's a myth that all realtors do is just, post fancy pictures and then slap it on the MLS, or what's the real true benefit besides the paperwork?
Like if the pictures are not as real as how the house looks?
Like, because some people think, a realtor's going to just take professional pictures of my house and take calls, because you're posting on the MLS. Is that a myth, or what can you do for a seller that they can't do for themselves?
Well, we do have a system that it can market the house in different platforms. So that's just free marketing right there.
Yeah.
Also, open houses just to invite people into the house, just for the neighbors to see. Brokers open, just inviting just realtors for them to do content of the house so they can bring their own clients. So there's a lot of like advantages of having a realtor if you're trying to sell your house. Like if I was to sell my house and I'm not a realtor myself, I would definitely hire one because I think they're the experts on it. But it just depends on the person too. Sometimes people think they know more than realtors.
They say actually on average hiring a realtor you make more even with the commission.
I mean, yes, but everything is negotiable at the
Yeah.
end of. If you do have a good realtor and they actually want to work with you and try to get you the best outcome possible, I don't think looking at the commission on my side, my perspective, that's not what I see. Like to me, it's to be able to help my client to sell their home and for them to net as much as possible.
Yeah.
And I do, work with clients. I do lower my commission just because I try to see their situation. Some people are in tough places. So
that's very nice of you. How do you deal with buyers that try to lowball sellers?
Oh man, I fire them. Technically, I had one just happen not too long ago. He was
You're a buyer's agent, right?
both.
Both, okay.
I was representing a buyer who was trying to lowball sellers. For example, the house or the apartment was just brandly new in the market, and he was just trying to lower it very soon. It's like, okay, there is no leverage for us to go that low. And then he was, no, it's okay, just trust me, I know what I'm doing. So they don't let you work. So it's very tough for you to work with a seller that doesn't listen to you, that doesn't trust your input.
Yeah.
I do give my clients a chance. Okay, if you want to do it this way, we're going to do it that way one time, and then we're going to do it my way, because I'm not just trying to represent a buyer. I'm trying to submit like winning offers and not waste our time.
If somebody is behind on their mortgage, when do you recommend that they consult a realtor? Right? Because you have 6 months before the foreclosure. I've seen people wait till 5 months and 25 days. At what moment do you think they should hire a realtor or talk to?
I will feel as soon as you feel that you can make your payment. If you're in a tough situation, I know sometimes it's hard, but just talking to a lender, to a realtor to see what they can do, and then maybe go from there.